Hello, everyone. Good to see you again. Webinar from Woosong University. So to those of you who are watching, not only in Korea, but also all over the world from different countries, welcome. Thank you so much for making the time to watch this. Today is going to be super exciting because not only we're going to be hearing a lot of different experiences from our students, David and Hallie, who are here going to be talking about their life as a student, their life in South Korea, and how it feels to be a student of their own particular major. Now, for those of you who are still figuring out where you're going to study, this is the best timing for all of you to start figuring out by looking at and listening to what they have to say. And remember that this session will also end with Q&A. So if you're watching this, don't worry about asking questions now. You can ask questions later in the chat or do whatever you want. And just for your information, later in the session, we're going to have some exciting stuff going on. We're not going to tell you, but it's going to be exciting. So if you are here right now, we're going to let you know later on about a few discussions being a student at Woosong University. Now, David here, he's a student of the Culinary Arts program. David is from South Korea. And Hallie here is from Vietnam. She is an international student studying business at SolBridge International School of Business. Hi, David. Hi, Hallie. So glad to be able to see you all here. Thank you so much for coming. And you're from Vietnam. That is very interesting. So international students is not new concept at Woosong University. Just for your information, Woosong University is one of the most internationalized universities in South Korea. So a lot of our students come from different backgrounds. Like Hallie here, and the professors too. So Hallie, can you tell us a little bit, how did you come across and studying in South Korea?
Right. So when I was in high school, like when I about to apply for university, I decided to go study abroad. And then actually my original plan was to go to either Australia or Europe, where people speak English. But then well, because of some financial difficulties, I came across SolBridge,
right,
and which is an international school in Korea,
right,
and that's very interesting to me because I thought if I go to Korea, then I can only study in Korean. But I came across SolBridge, and which is an international school, and where I can study English and meet many people from around the world.
Right.
So yeah, that's why I chose SolBridge.
Do you keep count of how many nationalities you've come across at SolBridge?
Well, a lot.
A lot, right.
American friends, European friends, and like friends from Asia.
Right, right. So to those of you who don't know, SolBridge International School of Business is so diverse that the student body represents 60 plus nationalities, 60 plus. So it doesn't matter where you're coming from, you're going to have friends from all over the world. You don't have to worry about, speaking one specific languages. You can learn so many languages, and the classes are all in English. Am I correct?
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, that's good. That's good. So one lesson for you. But how did you come across of learning business? Why business was your thing?
Right. So that's what got me confused at first. But then I heard from people who are experienced is that business is like the most practical thing to study because if you want to work in any organization, then you need business skills.
Right.
So that's why I chose business.
I see. And how is it so far as a business student?
It's going really well, and I learned many things that are helpful and practical for me in my future.
Right. So as you can see, a lot of you are probably thinking of studying business already, come from a background of family of business or surrounded by people who are entrepreneurial. So probably business is not a new thing, but business becomes crucial when network comes into place, comes into gravity. So that is why Hallie here is going to share a little bit how having international friends and professors can actually benefit her as a business student. But David, you're from South Korea. Tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from, and how did you get here?
Yeah, well, I came from Seoul, of course, and there's only a few options to choose as a culinary student,
right,
in university, especially. Woosong got that good fundamental as a culinary department.
Right.
They do have like bunch of lab classes, and they do have practical places to experience the new industry.
Right. Right.
And all good professors. That's for my decision, and well, that works for me, and I decided to be here.
Sure, sure. That's great. So, to those of you who don't know, Woosong universities offer one of the best culinary programs, not only in the country, but also in the region. And you won't see so many culinary arts programs that is offered as a bachelor degree. We're one of the few. But David, tell us a little bit, how did you come across culinary art for the first time?
Well, food is quite related to our life because we have to eat at least.
Absolutely. We can totally relate to that, right? We can totally relate to that. Food is life.
Right. Food is life. And that kind of exposure just automatically made me get interest in culinary.
Right.
And well, after that, simply the food looks like, well, the color, the texture, the flavor, everything is just mixed in there. And that's so interesting for me.
Right,
That's why I
right.
chose it.
What's your favorite food to make?
Well, I think I should pick Japanese food.
Japanese food.
Yeah.
Right.
And for the second one, I prefer to check Korean food.
Korean food. Yeah. Well, Woosong has a very strong program in supporting Korean food in getting marketed and globalized in the world. So, and also, David, your classes are taught 100% in English.
It is, yeah.
Right.
They try to teach us like, well, every single class is in English, I think, and especially in first year,
Right.
they try to keep us tight in language. So they try to tell like not just English, but try to teach us Chinese and French and
Wow.
other languages.
Right, right. If I'm not mistaken, because Woosong gives so much opportunities for the students to stay internationalized, I think you told us once that you went abroad for an opportunity.
Right.
Is that right? Where did you go?
Well, I've been to Malaysia for 3 weeks.
Right, good food there, right?
Yeah. Weather's a little too hot for me, but food is.
Can you even remember what food did you have that gave you so much memory to taste?
I remember the chicken dish with they actually like to saute things with spicy salsa.
Right, right.
Flavor notes is perfect food.
I see.
Spicy and greasy.
If you're watching this and you're from Malaysia, shout out for making sure David has the best experience while he was there eating your food. So if you're Malaysian and you're interested in culinary art programs, be in touch with David. And I'm sure Helly loves food too, right? So, David, it's also interesting to know that you're a third-year student, a third or fourth year.
Fourth, but kind of in between.
Kind of in between.
Right.
And you're graduating soon. Am I correct? Okay. Can you tell us a little bit how this culinary art program at Woosong University is going to open up a lot of opportunities for you after you graduate?
I think, like most professors, will have a connection between the real field, and they can introduce us as a job careers. And not just like that, but case of working in overseas, we do have that frame to let students be in part of the international crew.
Right.
Chefs.
Right.
And some connection like damn, I forgot the name, but Black Sheep restaurant.
Oh, the one in Spain.
Yeah.
Right.
They do have a connection with it. They do have connection with some Hong Kong places.
Right. Right.
Different cultures.
Right.
That's good.
That's one thing that you guys should know too. We provide opportunities for students, not only just trips to abroad, but also internships, and including internships for culinary arts students. A couple of industries are in touch with Woosong University, making sure that our graduates or existing students are recruited for the opportunities. And speaking of abroad opportunities, Hallie, she's one of the most achieved when it comes to abroad trips. How many countries you've been outside of South Korea?
So
Too many.
yeah, we've been last year. I've been to 3 countries.
3 countries last year only.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about those countries. Where are those?
They're Nanjing, China.
In China?
And Japan.
Japan?
And Taiwan.
And Taiwan, all East Asia. That's great.
Yes.
Why are you doing so many travels? I mean, you're a jet setter. What are you doing?
Well, yeah. So currently, I'm the president of SolBridge Debate Society.
President, take that note. President of SolBridge Debate Society.
Yeah. So last year, I went to different debate tournaments in those countries. So if we're an active member of the club, then you really get a chance of going abroad and participating in international tournaments like that.
That's great. That's great. Well, I heard a lot about SolBridge Debate Society being one of the most prestigious, but coming from the president itself, tell us a little bit about it.
Like in terms of achievements, there are many members that are even more achieving than me. So because I worked really hard in improving my debating skills last year, I got the chance to go to different international tournaments.
Right. To those of you who are very passionate about debating, or you're thinking that you are interested in it, SolBridge has one of the best debating society in the region, one of the most funded as well. So if you're coming at SolBridge, studying business, being part of SDS, chances are you're going to be taking all the opportunities given to you, traveling abroad, winning tournaments, participating in tournaments. And maybe you can share a little bit, what's the benefit other than the traveling abroad in being part of debate or even learning debates? What are the things that you learn?
Right. So debating skills, I think it is one of the thing that gives me an edge.
Right.
When it comes to everything in life, basically. Because when you learn debating, you will learn about critical thinking skills, and you will learn to broaden your horizon because in order to debate, you have to have knowledge.
Right.
And so when I was active, I used to be very active in debating, not really because I'm busy, I basically read news every night. Right. And I read about different fields, different topics.
Give us an example.
Yeah, for example, politics. I used to not like politics at all, but
do you even like politics, Stephen? But no, right? But at debating, you learn to be, having fun with it, right?
Yes, it's really fun, debating. And well, if I have to talk about debate, then it would go on for a day,
which we don't mind.
Yeah,
we don't mind.
So, but it's really fun to do debating because you learn to think about stuff from different perspectives, and it's really strengthen your critical thinking skills. So I think it's very necessary. In any kind of job that you're in.
Right. I completely agree with you. And that's one thing as university students that you guys should highlight. If you're not a university student just yet, if you're a high school student thinking about choosing a university, the best way to consider is always questioning that university. What do I get other than taking classes, right? Hallie and David are the perfect example why they take so much opportunity given by Woosong University. She learns critical thinking outside classes from SDS, from the Debate Society. David here, which we're going to break down a little bit, he learns how to be a business person. So for your information, David and his team, known as the Staricco Ensemble, they're running our restaurant at Woosong University for 2 full semesters. Tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, well, you don't like it's giant business.
I know. Well, how did you come across a Staricco Ensemble? How did it begin? Just tell us a little bit.
Once we came back from all over the world during internship,
right,
2019,
right,
we heard that there's a chance to get a business in Staricco,
right,
and we knew that place, which is kind of it's already be there. Just
it's a restaurant space at Woosong University. So if you don't know, Woosong University has so many restaurants located on campus to accommodate the culinary arts students. Now, Staricco is one space that we always know each semester is open with different menus. And David and team, you guys applied to run that restaurant, right? To run the restaurants. with their own money, your own money,
Yeah.
right? So they funded the Staricco business, right? Was it difficult
Difficult in mind, but like
in practice?
yeah, but every professor tried to support us. And
Oh,
really
wow.
we
Wow.
could have show there.
I see. So you get guidance from professors too, right?
Just try to be a mentor.
I see. So how many of you guys in the team?
8
8.
person team.
Right. And what did you guys do, these 8 members?
We separated in 2 teams,
Right.
basically, with a business member and practical chefs.
Okay.
But basically, we are all in culinary arts.
Right.
We have to learn both things.
Right.
So we try to separate them into parts.
I see. So the team is divided into 2 concentrations. Like one is taking care of the business part, running and calculating the profit and the revenue and things like that.
Yes.
And the other one is the kitchen part.
Right.
Which one are you? Both?
I'm kind of both, but more in business.
That's what the boss do. They're
Right.
both, right?
Talk about money, right?
Talking about money. No, that's the thing about culinary art program at Woosong. You're not just being taught to be a chef or being busy in the kitchen and recognizing food, but in the future, how do you make sure your skill is being tapped into something bigger? Can you imagine that David is a student, but he already runs his own business with his team, and that is not an easy thing to do. And your patrons are mostly people who live in a city or they're from the university. And I can tell you that their restaurant, Staricco, is one of the best when it comes to food and service. I tried it myself. So if you are in Daejeon, you should come and visit them and try. So if you're watching this and let's say you're in Vietnam or in Malaysia, you're in France, come over to Korea.
To visit Staricco.
To visit Staricco. So, but David, tell us a little bit what menu you're offering there.
Well, we'll try to stick in the real authentic foods, like in the States, in Europe, and also in some places in Asia.
Right.
And that's because in Korea, we do have many places which have mixed food.
Right.
We call it fusion.
Right.
But we don't have the real food that came from each country.
Right.
So we try to be that
inclusive, right?
Right.
Right. But why? Why do you need to include all that international feeling?
Right.
Why not just Korean food?
Right. Well, previously you mentioned, you told them that we do have many foreign professors and students.
Right.
But here in Daejeon especially, we do have a bunch of Korean restaurants.
Right.
But not like a States, or like a Europe food.
Right,
That's why we're trying to keep that.
So you're trying to tap into the specific market that the surrounding restaurants are not offering. How smart is that? So a few business tips that you're learning from David today. If you want to be special, you want to generate revenue, make sure that you're different. Am I right, David? So David, let me ask you another quick question for your team. Your patron, okay, your customers are mostly international people.
Right.
And Hallie has been there, right? How do you make sure that your service, right, and your food and everything that you offer there meet the expectation of international people as opposed to Koreans? Because it takes quite a bit of, technique and strategy, right? Was it challenging for your team to figure that out?
It was, but we learned different culture. Like we also do have a class cross-cultural communication.
You have a class for cross-cultural communication for CCA, for culinary arts students. Oh, great.
So during that time, we could learn what's the differences in here in culture of view.
Right.
It's quite different from Korea and other foreign professors and customers.
Right.
So we learned that, and we've been with foreign professors in departments.
Right.
That also helps us.
I see. So not only you're taking cross-cultural communication class, but on top of that, you have to sort of calibrate yourself between having international friends and international professors, understanding we're not forced to do that. That's the environment that you will not get anywhere. So even though you're studying in South Korea, right, your feel is it's like a very international. Do you feel the same way as a SolBridge student?
Yeah.
Was it hard to calibrate yourself among people coming from different backgrounds?
Right. So each culture has like different ways of expressing themselves, right?
Right.
So of course, especially when we have work or we team up to do something, then of course we will meet with cultural difficulties. But here you can experience them and overcome them together.
Right.
Yeah. So it's very great.
I see.
Yeah.
So, SolBridge International School of Business and Woosong University's program, like Culinary Arts and whatnot, the strength is giving you the opportunity to interact with people from different cultures. Now, quick question to you both. What's the most interesting cultural interaction that you've ever had around international people around here? Whether it's professors, it's friends, it's customers, maybe a challenging customer who come from a completely different background, maybe someone in your group or your opponent that you have to interact with at the tournament. What is the most memorable thing that you can remember?
I think about it.
Right. Do you have a challenging customer to deal with?
Oh, every day, yes.
Every day.
Believe me, it's really tough to deal with someone who came from a different culture.
Right. What was the most difficult one when you, did someone ever complain to you guys?
Few, yes. But sometimes when we make a payment with customers, especially customers from the States, they think that like he came in and he tried to make a payment for 2 items.
Right.
And then he decided to pick another one.
Right.
Like a single baguette.
Right.
And in between that, another customer came in. Then that person really tried to wait for him. But in Korea, it's more common to make a payment at once, 3 items first.
Right.
So that kind of situation make customers frustrated.
Right. And you have to, make sure they're all comfortable with that.
Read customer's face.
Right.
No idea what's going on.
Right. I see. So, and it's a learning process, right? We cannot always please everyone, but I think it's a smart way to always observe their facial reactions, facial expressions, and their gesture to see if they're happy with you or not. And it brings so much self-awareness in that, and it helps with your business too.
Yeah.
How about you? Do you have the same technique, or what's your experience with the most interesting cultural thing that you've had?
So I have an American friend, and at first, I don't know, like maybe because of the culture I'm from, I kind of like have some prejudices and stereotypes. But when I have after I have interacted and I have befriended with that American friend, then I learned to be more open-minded.
Right.
Yeah.
Less judgmental and gives them the opportunity to
Yeah.
So that's a very important thing to do.
Right.
If you meet people from different countries or different cultural backgrounds, chances are you already influenced in some kind of labels to that particular culture before. But as soon as you get to know that person, you slowly change your mind about certain labels, right? That's awesome. And do you think being at Woosong University, at SolBridge, and at Culinary Arts program, it changes the way you think as a person when you interact with this many people from different backgrounds?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And you speak multiple languages.
Yeah.
Ooh, that is one thing that Hallie has not told us. How many languages do you speak, Hallie?
So I can speak pretty fluently in 3 languages, which are Vietnamese, English, and Korean. And I'm learning Chinese. And yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Slow down. You're learning by yourself, or you're taking classes at SolBridge, or which one is that?
So English, since we learn in English, so I have to be proficient in English already before SolBridge.
Right.
So that doesn't count.
That counts.
And when it comes to Korean, I learned Korean for 2 or 3 months before coming to Korea, so that I can just adapt to the life here.
Right.
And then I also take classes in SolBridge because we have in order to graduate, we have to take 24 credits, language credits. I chose Korean. And so I have taken all the classes, and I study on my own, and also with the help of my professors.
Right. Right.
Yeah, my Korean improved a lot.
Right. So to those of you who don't know yet, I mean, if you're thinking it's like, oh, SolBridge classes, they're all 100% in English. But I'm in South Korea. How do I keep up with my environment to speak and to get by? And as you heard from Hallie, if you're a student of SolBridge International School of Business, you have the opportunity to take advantage of the Korean classes that we provide and embedded in the curriculum. So take a note of that. You're not going to be lost in the woods. But how do you learn Chinese?
Oh, I just took a class in SolBridge.
At SolBridge as well?
Yeah.
What's next? Russian?
I'll think about it.
I'm just kidding. But speaking multiple languages and the ability to debate, it's definitely going to take you places. And to be completely honest with you, I've seen a lot of students who are speaking multiple languages like you guys, and they have bigger opportunities. The doors are more open, right?
Yeah.
And you speak 11 languages?
What? Oh, actually 12.
Actually, 12, that's a good one. Including food languages, right? You speak flour, eggs. Yeah. No, body languages, that counts, because he was just saying that, oh, I have to notice if the customer is feeling uncomfortable with something. Okay, I know what it is. That counts as a language. That should be counted as a language, body language. But yeah, how many languages do you speak?
Just English and Korean. I
English.
did learn French from Hwang.
He's learning French. Okay, so that helps because being a culinary arts student, isn't it important to learn French terms and whatnot?
French and Spanish especially.
Oh, okay, French and Spanish. See, if you are being a SolBridge student, chances are you can learn so many different languages at SolBridge. You learn Korean, you learn Chinese, and then if you're a culinary arts student, you have the opportunity to learn French and Spanish, and of course, English is the main instruction. How did you learn English?
Well, I've never been to overseas to learn English.
Right.
In Malaysia, that I've been like 3 weeks.
Right.
But Woosong is like 100% here.
Right.
They taught me like this.
Right. That's great. So speaking of overachievers and achievements, Hallie is a winner.
Right.
I'm not going to tell you in what way she won. We're going to let Hallie tell us. So you won a couple of competitions. Why don't you tell us a little bit about it?
Okay. So my first tournament as a debater was Nanjing Debate Championship last year. Yeah, Nanjing Open Debate Championship. Right. So yeah, at that time I was very new to debate. Right. Thanks to my teammates, and they really guided me through the way. And thanks to my coach, who is Professor Daniel.
Daniel's wonderful, right?
Yeah. We got the championship. Yeah. Like
you were the champion.
Yeah.
First time joining a tournament, you were a champion.
Right.
She was kind of new in debate.
I know. I was kind of new in debate, but my first tournament, I got the first champion. I was like,
well, thanks to my teammate and my professor.
She's being very humble, but at the same time, we do have a great coach, right?
Yes.
And debating society team are so well trained, and they're provided so many resources for them to excel.
Yeah.
Right. So, but that's the first winning. It keeps on going. Tell us more. I don't remember. Wait. There's so many of them I don't remember. There's so many of them. Oh, yeah. Too many. I'm sorry. Maybe we should schedule a date with her specifically. If you want to know more, contact www.hallie.com.
Thank you.
So if you want to get to know her more, you should come to SolBridge.
Right.
But tell us, what's the next achievement that you have?
Right.
That was in China, right? For the first time. What's next?
Then I went to Japan to participate in Kyushu Debate Open.
Right.
And I also won the Novice Championship with my team. Yeah.
Right. Being a champion in your home country is one thing. Being a champion in your second home is something. Being a champion in somebody else's country, now that is Extremely extraordinary.
Right.
Great. So, and I remember you have one more
Yeah.
tournament winning, right?
Yeah, after that,
Mhm.
I went.
So
So
Upstairs.
we took part in the Korean National Championship, and there I also I didn't win the championship, but I got into the semifinalists of the EFL. Yeah,
it's a big thing being a semi-finalist, and it's a huge tournament, right?
yeah, it's a huge.
Is it international one?
It's a national one.
Oh, it's a national one. Okay.
Yeah, but we competed with so many great debaters.
Right, right.
Yeah, it was very.
Good, good. So that's the thing about being part of SolBridge Debating Society. They make sure you're prepared. They make sure you're part of the family, and you gain family too, being an SDS member, right? So that's one thing great about being part of Woosong University. No matter what competitions or what club you're partaking, everybody treats you like family here. Support, it's there. The professors or the coaches, they come across to you, and your chefs too. They're very, very supportive to your activities, right? So David was sharing earlier, even though Staricco is fully run by 8 students, the professors are there to guide you.
Right.
So, but David, we spoke a little bit about achievements, but something you don't know about David is that he has such a big heart. He decided to be a mentor.
No, right.
David, tell us a little bit about your mentoring program. Mentoring. Oppa David being the mentor. Not the mentor, the mentor, not the mentor. I'm sorry. If you watch Harry Potter, you know what the mentor is, and he's not a mentor. So, so David, tell us a little bit about your mentoring program at that time. What is a mentoring program, and how were you involved at that time?
Well, our program, the SECA program, is basically all about cooking and English. So there's no actually a class with a Korean, and mostly like 90% of in our department is Korean students.
Right.
They try to learn English.
Right.
But the point is, when they just came in as a first year student, then they have to use English,
Right.
whether they are good or not.
So it's like an immersion, right? They have to just dive into it.
Exposure.
Right, right.
So actually that could be a problem for them because they have to learn something about culinary. It's all about English so they can understand something.
Right.
But I do, and I can help them with the original class so I can make it a little different so they can learn something in Korean basically because that's the point they felt difficulties. So that's the main thing about the program.
Right.
And I tried to settle it down and let it be like that, being years and years.
Right, right. So you basically set up a mentoring program where you sort of take some of the new students under your wing and mentor them in how to survive in the program?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That is very, very noble and altruistic. How many people did you mentor at that time?
Minimum like 20s and maximum 40s.
20. Can you imagine having 20 kids? Oppa David has 20 kids under his wings. I can imagine you to be like, okay, settle down, okay. Make a line, little kids. No, I'm just kidding. But really, that's a really noble thing to do. To understand that people who got here probably, they have all the potentials. They just need the opportunity to learn more. Crack the eggs. That's the great thing too, that if you come to culinary art programs, chances are you meet people like Oppa David here. He's like, oh geez. People who are actually care about your development as a chef, about your passion in cooking, that they're willing to sacrifice their time to make sure that you're successful. And that's the spirit that Woosong University professors, students, coaches, staff are trying to build. So it's not just classes, it's not just degree that you're getting, but also Helly, David, and food. Speaking about food, right? We're going to talk about how David and his team surprise us with his Staricco Ensemble menu. Now, I promise you this is not going to be boring. Holly, you're going to be with me in making sure this food is being judged by us.
Ooh, okay.
Okay, so first thing first, can we have, if you guys don't know yet, this is one of the menus offered at Staricco Ensemble. And this is obviously sandwich, a huge one. Tell us a little bit about this sandwich.
So,
what this is?
As I previously mentioned, it's basically from Europe.
Okay, what's the name?
Salami sandwich.
Salami sandwich. Okay.
And basically, it's with ciabatta bread and have a cured ham inside, and of course, fromage and tomato and fresh vegetables inside.
Okay, fresh pesto, ciabatta, and ham.
It's really continental things.
Right. It's distractingly delicious looking. Look at Hollywood's like, yeah.
I think that's the magic here, like lettuce and tomato make it like delicious. Green and red.
Right. Look at all the colors and look how healthy it looks. You know, one of those people who keep telling you how healthy your food is judging by the colors. And this is a perfect example. This sandwich is bomb. So if you have not tried it yet, fly to South Korea, to Daejeon and try this food. Alrighty. So this is one of the menu. You're going to see the next one. Look at that. Look at that. Smell it.
Oh, it smells very good. Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about it.
That's obviously from the States.
Okay.
We call it pulled pork burger.
Pulled pork burger.
Yeah,
Okay.
I like to use our patty, but we put pulled pork inside.
Right.
We cook more than like 16 hours in the oven.
Did you hear that? 16 hours in front of the oven, ladies and gentlemen. That's dedication. That is dedication. Tell us a little bit about the sauce. Is this barbecue?
Yeah, it's barbecue sauce, and we mix a few different ingredients.
Right.
And it's basically came from Southern
Right.
America.
Okay. So Southern style burger, y'all. Alrighty. So, Hallie, what do you think? Have you tried the sandwich before? Right. So these two are your main menu at Staricco Ensemble?
Yeah. We'll call it signature.
Right. If you're looking for a healthy option, ladies and gentlemen, these are the only thing that you're looking at. Da-da-da. Oh my God.
Oh my God, the sauce.
Look at the sauce. Yeah, this is salad. I don't know if you guys can see it. Look at the color. Oh my God. And what meat is this?
That's pork basically.
Okay.
Yeah, and noodles, and you can smell it. It's basically with fish sauce.
Right.
Right.
Fish sauce.
We call it
Right.
Vietnamese salad.
Oh, it's called Vietnamese salad. So if you're Vietnamese, you want to taste your own salad, come to South Korea, Woosong University, and try to judge if this is Vietnamese enough for
That's
you.
why we do have lime there, and
Right.
herbs and some nuts in there.
Right. Okay.
And the point is, we really, really respect the Vietnamese food. We try to be close as much as we can.
Right.
It's impossible to know. So
Because we like a ingredients.
it's Vietnamese food is bomb here, really. Everyone loves it.
It's really popular in
Yeah.
South Korea. So if you're Vietnamese and you're watching this, you don't have to worry about getting food sick and homesick because food here is abundant, but David's team makes the best Vietnamese salad. So we have something from the States, we have something European influence, we have something
Asia.
Asia.
Southeast Asia and Vietnamese influence. Let's see.
Thank you.
What do we have here? Oh my God. We have so, this is so much food. Okay. Anyone French watching? You can come to South Korea and still get your baguette. Okay, but seriously speaking, we know a lot of French live around our campus and the one in Daejeon. They will get their baguettes here at Staricco Ensemble. But you guys, this is so international. Any reasons why you want to incorporate this many types of food? Why?
Because, I told you that we have 8 members in the team.
8 members in team.
And they do have various experiences in different culture.
Right.
And some students have experience in Europe.
Right.
Some do in Asia.
Right.
And some do in the States.
Right.
So that's all mixed in here as a one team.
Mhm.
And that's our strengths, actually.
Diversity is strength. Diversity is strength. Okay, so while waiting until we decide which food to try first, if you're watching this and you have questions, please feel free to leave it in the chat box and we'll answer it. Do we have questions so far? Right. So while waiting for, we forgot one thing. Oh my God, look at that. Look at the color.
Wow.
Wow. What is this called?
Green tangerine aid.
Aid.
Yeah, and that's
Aid.
Korean authentic.
Korean authentic. Okay, I come from Indonesia and Hallie here is from Vietnam. Chances are you probably never heard of aid before. Aid is a very popular drink in South Korea, right? So do you come across aid a lot in Vietnam? So if you come to South Korea, aid will be your daily drinks easily because it tastes so good. So this is tangerine
Right, it's from Jeju Island,
from Jeju.
and it's in.
So you guys make trips to Jeju every week. You got to Okay, tell us. I heard this is you guys make your own aid, right?
Yeah,
So it's not like they bought it from the supermarket. They made their own syrup, right? How long did it take you guys?
Like months, as a big bottle with the sugar, honey, and green tangerine inside. I let it ferment it.
So, Hallie, which one makes you drool the most? Don't say everything. You have to share it. You have to share with me. Okay, so while waiting for Hallie to make a decision which food she wants to try first, let's check out the question and answer. Alrighty. How is life living in the dorm, the SolGeo dorm? Okay, that's a very good question. So if you're an international student, chances are you have to spend your first semester living at dorm. And if you're a SolBridge student, the dorm is called SolGeo. How is living at SolGeo?
It was a nice experience because so like especially the view from the rooftop is amazing. Like I love it so much. I still miss it.
Right.
Yeah. So and like what I like best is the view, but the room is also very nice.
Right.
You will get to live with his roommate like after quarantine, of course.
From Vietnam?
No, of course not from Vietnam.
Oh, see, you get placed with someone from a different background.
That's right. Yeah. So yeah, you have a roommate, and then there's the cafeteria on the first floor. So you will have like breakfast, lunch, and even dinner if you want there, or you can go outside to eat. Yeah. So
it's very convenient.
yeah, it's very.
Do you have laundry places there at SolGeo
yeah,
too?
of course.
Oh, good. And kitchen?
Yeah, we have kitchen too.
Oh, you can go to Staricco.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but the only rule that is not very comfortable is that you have to be like in the dorm before 11 p.m.
Right.
But
To
if you
save you
want-
from trouble. To save you from trouble.
Yes, but if you want, you can sign up.
Right.
Yeah.
That's good. That's
It's
good.
not very compulsory.
Right, right. So I heard that SolGeo is quite Instagrammable,
Oh yeah.
right? Especially during spring and fall.
Oh, yes.
So if you like Instagram, you like taking pictures, SolGeo is a must. And don't worry, students are compulsory to stay at SolGeo for the first semester. After the first semester, you can move out, find your own place, and choose your own life, basically. So that's a question of SolGeo. Have you decided which food to try? Okay, so Hallie is going to try something. Wait, David, we haven't talked about this.
Oh yeah. I miss what
What is that?
that's we call it Portuguese egg tarts.
Portuguese egg tarts. Okay.
The difference is that the shell is made with puff pastry. In Korea, I usually use just pie shell, so thin and crispy.
Ah,
This one we do have layer with the butter. It
right,
has more greasy smells in it.
right,
Buttery smells and crispy texture, of course.
right, right. So, but my question is this dessert
Yeah.
or is this a snack?
Well, it could be both.
Right. Could be both. Okay.
It's not like fancy European dessert, but it's more like
Well, yeah, this looks fancy to me. I don't know.
Yeah.
Right. So that's the thing. At Staricco, they make sure you're taken care of. You have an entree, right? An openings, main course, desserts. I love my baguette. So, okay, Hallie, which one do you want to try first? We're gonna watch Hallie eating some of the food to make you drool, to make you fly here all the way to South Korea and then enjoy our food for us. And probably it's going to inspire you to become a chef just like David. So which one do you want to try? You want to try the Vietnamese salad, right? Being a Vietnamese. No, is it true?
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, okay. Being a Vietnamese, she wants to try the Vietnamese salad. So, okay. Can we have some help with the fork, or you want to eat with your hands? Okay. You guys have no idea how difficult it is right now to sit in this room and not try to devour everything. Okay. So if you want to eat everything, you should come over and enjoy all of these as a student in South Korea at Woosong University. Okay, David, tell us how to eat this.
Yeah, just pour the dressing inside.
Right.
Especially with, as I told you, fish sauce and all the delicacies.
Should we
Yeah, you can just
squeeze the lime?
In Vietnam, we squeeze the lime in everything,
Yeah.
almost everything.
So if you want to eat Vietnamese salad and spoon-fed by Opa David, this is the right time. Okay, Hallie, moment of truth.
Yay! Should I mix them together?
What do you think?
Well, I prefer to eat separately because it has different texture and different flavor.
So you eat separately.
Yeah.
Okay. You eat the plastic first.
Mainly.
So there's also one thing while Hallie is trying her food. Also, one thing about being a culinary arts student at Woosong University, there is no particular thing that you have to focus on. They'll teach you everything that you need to know. And at the end of your study, you get to find out what you're most passionate about, right? So, moment of the truth. She's like a lady. I'm like,
The sauce is very authentic.
Yeah, the sauce smells authentic, right?
Yeah.
It's tangy, and the fish, for some reason, how do you make the fish sauce does not smell too strong? What did you mix it with?
Korean loves honey, and we did honey to make it mild.
So pretend that you did not hear that, because basically that's a secret recipe right here. Mix your fish sauce with honey, ladies and gentlemen. That makes your salad very extraordinary and exquisite. Okay, question and answer time while Hallie is feeding herself. Let's check out. Okay, hello, I'm from Portugal. If we are in university, we can enter Woosong University with 22 years old. And what grades is important, high school or university? Hello from Portugal, this is from Mariana Binho. Okay, Mariana, thank you so much for the questions. That's a very good one. Depending on what you're interested in, bachelor or master's, it does not matter how old you are. And what's important the most is your academic credentials coming from the different institution. If you're not sure about your academic credentials and how it looks like, whether or not you meet the minimum requirements, feel free to get in touch with us. Check out our website and get in touch with one of our international relations person, and we're ready to help you. Second question. How about Muslim students? Is there any exceptions as culinary student? Do you have any Muslim friends, David?
I have two popped up in my head. Yeah.
2 students that he knows of. So basically, we have no discrimination to anyone. Whatever your backgrounds are, chances are you're only going to enrich Woosong University's student body. And if anything, if you're coming from a Muslim country or Muslim background, you is going to bring all the experience of the food from your background, and yeah, you're going to let your friends know how it is. So the answer is no. We do not have any differences to any or discrimination or whatnot. Feel free to come over and learn culinary arts. Okay, next question. How your salad? She's been enjoying it without me. That's not okay.
I gotta say, everyone's eating, so
Everyone know, just the cameras. Okay, David, what's your feedback for this? Do you think she should start eating everything else?
Yeah, well, Yeah, basically yes. And
You should try everything else, not just this.
Okay.
noodle is kind of
Give him feedback. Give him feedback.
I just did. It's very good.
So next question is, what is an average expenditure for an international student for a day? Okay, this is a really good question. So I'm not sure for a day, but I can tell you that Daejeon's living expense, we're located in Daejeon, by the way. It's about 1 hour away from Seoul, which is really, really close if you're taking the fast train. And the good news is because Daejeon is such a student city, it's very affordable to live here compared to many other cities, big cities in South Korea. So living expenses, we're looking at roughly about $300 per month, excluding accommodation. So that also depends on your lifestyle. So if each weekend you're going to Staricco, or every day you eat at Staricco, of course, you're not looking at $300 per month. Or if you're shopping for K-pop merch and, right, or beauty products or cosmetics, just like I do, definitely, you should factor that in. Accommodation around here starts at $250 per month, depending on location, on the size of your apartment. So get in touch with our team to find out more. All right. That's a very good question. Thank you so much. And she is hungry. All right. Next question. Good afternoon. Is there any scholarship programs for international students or KGSP? Do we need specific topic level needed to enter for undergraduate and master's degree? Thank you. This is from Gabby Maria. Gabby Maria, thank you so much for the question. Woohoo! Woohoo! Question to you. Did you need topic?
No.
No. You don't need a lick of Korean to come here. You can learn Korean from Oppa David or from anyone who is here already. So you learn Korean with everyone. What you need to prepare, though, is to make sure you are able to meet the standard of our English proficiency level, right? Okay. Next question. Is there any September intake for Masters of Science and Hotel Management? And this question is from Stephanie. Your last name and your first name are the same. So Stephanie, yes. Our fall intake is open to any majors at Woosong University. Did you come in fall or spring?
Spring, I think.
Spring. How about you? Fall. You came from fall.
Yeah.
I came out of nowhere. So each year, Woosong University has 2 intakes, and you're free to choose whether you want to come in spring or fall intake. Alrighty. One last question from, you can't see, it says anonymous. Are international students allowed to work part-time in the university or outside? What do you think, student?
Of course we can. Yeah.
Can you tell us, are you working part-time right now?
Yeah.
What do you work as?
I'm working for the university and I'm working as a research assistant.
A research assistant. This is what an overachiever does. I'm just winning competitions. I'm a research assistant. But yeah, to answer your question, international students can work part-time on campus, off campus, 20 hours per week maximum. And of course, if you are keen, you can be a research assistant too. But there's so many different opportunities. Are you working part-time as well?
I was, but not now because I have a business.
Oh, Opa David is a business person. No, part-time work is not for me. It's definitely not for me. No, I'm just kidding. So, Opa David, I should stop going. David, yeah, David here is graduating and he's getting ready for workforce. And because of Staricco Ensemble, I think your time is consumed for that, right? When did you start working in the morning?
The earliest one is at 4 a.m.
Wow. But why so early? What are you guys doing at 4 a.m.?
To bake those bread, we have to make them in the morning.
Oh,
Bake them fresh.
right. How long did it take for you to prepare all this?
Well,
how many hours?
Basically, at least a day,
Mm-hmm.
and then it fermented in the fridge, and then we have to shape it, and then we need to do second fermenting. And
Right.
blah, 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 like it's 3 hours more.
Right.
That's why we start at 4 till 7
Hmm.
and let it cool down like 8.
That's just the bread, right? Wow. Wow. But you said, you're kind of not 100% of the kitchen side. You're also taking care of the business side.
Right.
But if you're taking care of the business side, does that mean you have to get up as early as everyone else who's doing the kitchen side?
Sometimes, yes, because I have to cheer them. Because I cannot let them work early and I'm just sleeping in my home.
Right.
Possible.
Okay.
I have to visit sometimes. And
Of
check
course.
them and cheer them.
Right. A good business person should make sure that everything runs well in the operation side. So to those of you who are wondering, right? So is culinary art easy? The answer is it depends. If you really want to make your experience count, you have to take advantage of all the experiences that Woosong University gives to you. Since David is actually, David and team is running the Staricco Ensemble, a restaurant, that would require them to work hard. Okay, so let's get into questions. Oh no, Opa David, when are you graduating? I'll be coming for the spring intake. So Opa David already has a groupie here. David, don't graduate just yet because people are going to come in spring intake and fall intake because of you. All right, so okay, so to move forward, should we check the chat? Should we check the chat? Yeah, okay. So our director here keep telling us, check the chat. Okay, so one question. The Vietnamese student's voice is so soft.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. No, her voice is not soft, but compared to mine, everything is soft.
That's true.
See,
Sorry, speak loud.
the Korean student's voice is so soft too, but the moderator's voice is loud. Thank you. Stephanie, Stephanie. Okay, next question is for our international schools, there's no Korean language requirement. Our international schools are taught in 100% in English. Okay, thank you for the clarification. Now, thank you so much for everyone. We're gonna be looking forward to you coming to Woosong University, meeting Hallie and David here to debate along and to cook along with, with our team here. David and Hallie, thank you so much for coming. And this is a great opportunity to get to know y'all. I hope this will be the last time that everyone can hear from, both of you. Good luck for the rest of Staricco Ensembles. And good luck for your finals. And hopefully you'll be winning more tournaments and inspire more debaters to come and compete. Thank you so much for all of you who are taking the time to watch this interview or a discussion. I hope this will inspire you to come and be a business student, culinary student, or just be part of our Woosong family. Thank you so much. Have a great weekend. See ya. Bye-bye.
You're waiting for it.
Oh no. This is my second one for today. All righty. Bye, everyone.